Today we're going to talk about uncertainties of the world, the political, economical, all the hacking going on, the global climate change, jobs being lost, data breaches. I mean, we have so much uncertainty. It is just about to drive all of us crazy. You know, we don't know which way to go. Well, I'm going to say this to you. Stay focused on what you can accept. Don't have your mind wandering, because things change all the time. Recognize the reality of the situation. You know, recognize your reality. You know, what can you do about political change? What can you do about the economical things that's going on? The hacking, the global climate control, and, you know, if you lose your job. I mean, what can you do? What would be a reality situation? If you lost your job, you need to get more training to get a better job. If you if you're deep into global climate control, I mean, there are some things you can do. You can stop using plastic. I mean, you can, go green. I mean, it's a lot of things that you can do to kind of change that. So you need to stay focused and kind of recognize the reality of the situation, so you can have better control of it. You know, you can know your day-to-day tasks, and how you can handle things on a day-to-day basis. I mean, you have to stay present, keep busy and stay present in the now time, right? What's going on now? What's going to be going on in the future? Keep your mind calm where you can make good, sound decisions on voting and on your economics and your finances. Stay calm, because see, when you get yourself all worked up about this kind of stuff, then that's when you don't know how to figure things out. So no one has it all figured out. No one in this world has everything figured out. So that's what I'm saying. Keep your mind calm so you can think about, next time I'm voting, what do I vote on? Am I voting on the right thing? Study, don't be ignorant to the fact that you're not studying about politics, because it's really how you play the game. My son don't like me to say that term, but it is how you play the game. So politically, some of those people have been there for, they 80 years old. They're still thinking in the past. Can they keep up with the future? They're making crazy decisions. But we as a people, we have to stand. We have to stand on making sure that our political views are heard. Make sure our economical views are understood. How we can save and do things for our family. You have to be smart. When it comes down to computers and stuff like that, hacking and data breaches and stuff like that, I'm 67, I'll be 67, and I'll be the first to say I'm very cautious. And we have to be cautious, because if you don't, then as older people, they'll come in and take all your stuff and you won't know what's going on, And so you have to be focused on that, do the best that you can, and keep moving forward. Keep being engaged in what's going on in the world, because if you don't, then you're going to have even more uncertainties. So you have to get up every day saying to yourself, I need to be concerned about what's going on. I have to keep moving forward. Be close to God. A lot of times people don't want to talk about any type of spiritual beliefs and stuff like that, but you have to be close to God. Value that relationship that you have with God. And in life, you don't think that things change. They do. I mean, things change. Silver, it rusts. So if silver rusts, 50 years ago, they had only certain kind of cars that you had roll your windows down. But now they have electric cars that drive themselves. So things change. So be ready for change. Be ready to know that things will change in this world, and don't wear all the problems of the world on your back so heavily. Wear the world lightly. Understand that you have to know how to focus on you. Focus on you. Focus on your family. Focus on what's going to be better for you politically, economically. Focus on that. What's going to be better for you and your family, okay? And so, everything fades and everything changes. Everything fades and everything changes. So be ready for change. Grow. No matter how old you get, no matter how young you are, things are going to change. We had a function this past weekend, and the first thing out of the kids' mouth was, "Do you have Wi-Fi?" And I said no, which I do. I have Wi-Fi, but I told them no because I know that things are changing and I know they want Wi-Fi. But I also know too that you have to have the value of your family. And so I wanted them to communicate so they can understand too that how the world has changed from when, as a grandparent, I was young, and as a child, they're young now. So I did get them to engage in a lot of the family activities, and they kind of enjoyed that. So I told them, I said, look, I want you to go outside and be engaged. So what I'm asking you today is to go and be in the world. Be engaged in what's going on so you can ease your mind and don't have all those uncertainties. Be engaged in politics, be engaged in policies, be engaged in economics, be engaged in technology, be engaged in educating yourself, be engaged. So today, to calm your uncertainties, I'm asking you to go out and be in the world. Have a wonderful day.